All right, I think the best thing about being a mentor is getting to be a part of someone else's life and meeting them right where they are and feeling like God is using your gifts for His glory and making a lasting friendship, a lasting love that we know that there is nothing that she could do for me except bring me joy and gladness. So we have been with Safe Passage for over a year, and I'm very thankful that you're in my life. I don't know what my life would look like without you in it now. I told her she has a best friend forever now. Sometimes when people are in this program, there's a lot of sadness connected with it. So sometimes we just want to enjoy one another, right? Because I love you so much.
So my mentee is 14, and she started into this lifestyle, this tragic lifestyle at the age of 9. So she's got a lot of emotional baggage that she's carrying on top of the trafficking, just coming of age through all of that. So when I met her, our first night out together, as soon as we got in the car, first thing she said to me is, I have AirPods and I never leave my house without them in. And I've never left my house in 3 years without these in my ears. But right now they're in my pocket. But I'm keeping them with me in case I need them. If I feel uncomfortable, I'm putting my AirPods in. And our second time out together, I picked her up and she got in the car with a big smile on her face. And the first words out of her mouth were, I left my AirPods in the house. And she didn't even bring them along. She knew she was not going to feel uncomfortable and she wouldn't need them to feel safe. It was so rewarding.
CR is not super talkative, not very expressive, and then you layer on top of that the fact that, like a lot of the mentees, he's been through it. He has been hurt, he's been exploited, he's been through some really super difficult things, and he has been hurt by adults over and over. We were eating one day not too long ago, and he was talking about his autism, and he's very self-aware. He said, one thing I don't say a lot to people is I'm anxious about even things like walking through doors or walking in hallways or even out in public in general. And then without pausing, he just kind of looked at me and said, but I don't have that anxiousness with you. One of the basic goals as a mentor is you want to be a trusted adult in this person's life. You just want them to trust you and to be able to count on you and to think you're safe. They don't have a lot of safety in their lives, and so you want to be a safe place and a safe person.
I don't know how sad and tragic my mentee's life was. And so maybe a little bit of unrealistic expectations, but when I first met her and I learned that she shared her story with me fairly early on, and she was 11 when her grooming actually started. And I remember after she told me the initial story, I was so undone that I mentioned that I was very proud of her, that how strong that she was gonna come forward and be part of the testimony to have the man put in jail. And I think I mentioned that I would pray for her, and that was a trigger for her, that I would pray for her. And I remember when I discussed it with Lindsay, at first feeling like, I have no idea what God's doing with me or in me, but I know that if God is involved, that it's meaningful and it will have purpose.